What's going on? Move the mouse here, back in City Skylines, the town of Woodgarden, and I've made an absolute mess of my map, and it's all because of this. I'm just trying to get this one last level out of this ore industry, and then we will have maxed out all the various industries. I moved in a bunch of temporary residents. I dropped in a bunch of buildings and factories. In fact, let me show you over here. The factories are ginormous. They're ridiculous. And I just slapped them all in right in a row. I didn't want to put this on camera because, seriously, I've been idling this game for like 3 hours today. Basically just sitting here waiting for stuff to grow and produce units. And we're right at the cusp. So as long as we don't lose 25 workers, there we go. Awesome. So we have just maxed out ore industry. That was the last one that I had to go, and that also gets us one more very important thing, and that is the last unique factory that I haven't dropped on the map. So just to get an achievement, let's find a spot for this behemoth, which actually needs to go up against the water. We'll probably want to look for a flatter spot of land like down here so that it's not way up in the air like that. Looks like it makes a lot more sense, you know, down right here. And that should pop an achievement. Some of them are disabled. But let's hit play. And maybe I need to enable them all. I don't know. I think that's all the factories, right? All factories built. Yes, yes. So do we have to have them not turned off? There we go. Never mind. Industry Tycoon. Rare achievement 0.01%. Wow.
0.0.
Okay, so yeah, we've got all our factories now. And now we can bulldoze most of them. Because I want to completely redo this. This is not how we wanted to do the industry. This is just how I made things work in the very short term. I also crammed in all the uniques and deleted some of the uniques after I put the monuments in. But I'll want to move those around. I literally just crammed a bunch of stuff in the city to try and get people to move in so that they would need more jobs so that we could max out all these different pieces. Why is desktop audio making noise? Let's mute that. I don't think we need that. Hopefully that's not screwing up my recording. Why don't I check that real quick and then continue? So bear with me. I will be right back. Okay, looks like everything was fine. I had something set differently from last night on the stream, and one of my other audio sources was making noise. So yeah, let's gut a lot of this. This is the car factory. Look at the size of this thing, right? It's absolutely enormous. Animal products, plastic, glass, metals, steel plant, modular house factory, soft paper factory. So I dropped all these things in, including the monuments. But yeah, we don't need these. In fact, we need to get rid of these so that we can really rebuild this area. And I want to start tuning and tweaking and fine-tuning the build that we've got here. In fact, now that we've unlocked everything, I am totally fine trimming the town way back. I still have yet to unlock the scenarios. Maybe we'll do that on a stream sometime. People can talk me through and see where I get stuck. That might be kind of fun to watch. Or maybe I'll do a let's play of the scenarios because people like to watch me fail. And I'm sure I won't get them all on the first try, or maybe not even the 10th try on some of them. So let me know if you want to see scenarios on a future let's play or live stream. But yeah, how do we shape this back now? There's stuff all over the map. Like, look at all this nonsense. Let's get rid of this stuff for now. We don't need stuff everywhere. We need stuff where it's supposed to be. And I dropped all this stuff in, all the uniques, so we can get the monuments in place. And I say in place, I basically just mean on the map. They're not ultimately where they're going to finish. What I would like to do, future plans for the map, is I think I would like to have kind of this downtown area over here surrounded by low density on either side. So I think maybe if we start making this that you see on screen right here, low density. It might kind of make sense. Maybe move this highway over just a little bit. But I don't need to start ripping that out right now. I do need to clean up these roads that I've got everywhere and all this nonsense that's happening around the map. You know, we don't want our main tourist attraction to be right next to the prison, but that's where I threw it in the form of the space elevator. Now this is pretty amazing. I want to show you this though. How far people are willing to walk to the metro, because this is just a non-stop stream of people heading to the space elevator, or I should say these are the people heading back. And I built this absolutely sloppy overpass for them, pedestrian overpass. And they're walking all the way down here to the metro stop that I placed in the ore industry. So, yeah, so what do we do? I think we need to start rebuilding the ore. I moved all this over, and forgive me if I'm losing track, but this was all over here. And basically what I did was, I went into my, so I didn't lose levels. I went into the industry painting area. I basically dragged it over here like this. Painted a line so that I could make this still one big zone, right? This was ore over here. This is ore over here. And I moved all the buildings over to here and then just simply deleted the remaining zone over here. That's basically how I moved that over. I think I want to repair some of the damage that I've done to the city so far. So we were really trying hard to get people to work in industry jobs, and one of the ways I was able to do that was by turning on... It's not on this tab, is it? It isn't. It's on this tab. Turned on schools out. So that was kind of suggesting to people, hey, go to work instead of going for college education. So as a result, that made the office zone suffer quite a bit, because this is all mostly office, residential, a little bit of commercial mixed in there. At one point I had, I think, tourism or leisure over here, and that wasn't my intention. In fact, that doesn't help support the IT clusters, which need standard commercial places to sell the goods that they're manufacturing. So this will all start to even out. This should start to repair, again, the damage that I did to this zone. It was actually functioning really well until I did schools out, and then all of a sudden there weren't new workers filling the ranks of all the office jobs over here. I've also made this a little bit too dense of a map, right? So this is kind of all about cleaning this up now. So we can move a bunch of people out. We can get rid of all these temporary roads that I put in place to move people in. So let's get rid of all that. I don't want people living over here. This was always supposed to be the industrial area. And we can build things like the factories over here that I just demolished. Well, let's play it on 3x2. Let's let all those people move out on their own. I was really close on the drilling area for a long time, and then every time I would get near the 800 workers that I needed to level 5, we would have a death wave, and I would lose a bunch of the workforce. So I had to make room to move a bunch of people in. Let's come in here with our zoning tool, and let's move everybody out of here. I don't want people living over here. Again, this was all just temporary placeholder for getting some workers over here near the oil area. We'll get all them out of here. All those people that just got moved out, sorry, you're evicted. Consider that your notice. All right, so zoning wise, before those people move back in, it's not enough to just bulldoze. You actually have to de-zone. So that's looking pretty good. A couple random pockets of zoning I missed over here. And yeah, we'll delete some of the uniques that, again, I just kind of plopped down. What I would like to do, I think, is to really kind of rebuild this area right here. Because right now it's a super tight grid, and you don't have room to drop uniques because of how close the streets are together. So I think we're going to have to kind of bit by bit tear out blocks here or there, redefine some of the traffic flow, And it's going to be a long, ongoing project. I'm not giving up on this city anytime soon. But we might see a slowdown of dailies, at least. And we'll get back to more of a regular cadence with uploads. Some of the things, I think I didn't discuss this either. I did throw tolls on each one of the roads now. So everywhere into the city, you cannot get from the highway into the city without paying a toll. And they're all, if I remember, cranked all the way up. Though I should double check because you have to do it to each toll booth individually. And then I did do the automated tolls policy, which speeds the flow of traffic through there but reduces the income a little bit. But we're not really doing this for income. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. So it looks like all those are turned all the way up, which is good. I did have a little bit of a backup at one point of traffic kind of getting congested right here and then backing up onto the highway, but it has since smoothed out. So let's actually take a look. Since we've got kind of everything we need at this point, including 10 million in the bank, it's a good time to just take a quick look and recap of kind of what our city's doing. So we have the fusion power plant on the map now, and even at the lowest budget setting, we're still producing about 4 times as much electricity as we need, which is a good problem to have, I guess. We look at water availability. We're doing great there. We have way more than we need, thanks to this this army of pumps and eco water treatment plants, and that's working great with the water flow. In fact, I really like that pretty much from everywhere on the map, except right on top of it, you don't even see it. Just kind of hidden there, off on the back side of the map. So we've still got to figure out what to do with kind of this half of the island. I also am thinking maybe and I plateaued this a little bit here. I'm thinking this might be a fun spot for the casino. So we could bring the casino over here, luxury hotel, do some leisure spots and things like that, and then connect it up to ferry. We haven't done any ferry for the city yet. But there is still a ton of stuff that we can do. We haven't really finished our parks. This park has leveled up all the way. But I'm definitely going to want to rebuild a little bit of this. One thing I was thinking of is continuing to bring this 4-lane road down. So kind of knocking some stuff back through here. And maybe doing this as a 4-lane road. Or maybe doing this one as a 4-lane road. It comes up to the highway. I don't know. It's just some different ideas. I wanted to, now that we've unlocked everything, start to scale stuff back. Because we don't need the population anymore. We can try and make it work as efficiently as possible with the people that we do have in town. And if we back stuff down a bit too, I mean, we can make it look a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit dense in spots. Why? So there's a lot of problems happening, but again, I did this to myself. So we will see if just something as simple as turning off the schools out policy, letting people decide for themselves what they do with their education, should help this smooth out a bit. But it's really just tuning and tweaking and changing what we've done so far into a more efficient network. Continuing on through fire safety, we're a little red up here. You know, maybe if we had some more tax revenue coming in, we could probably afford another fire station up here, if you know what I mean. But it seems like money's a little tight with only 10 million in the bank, so maybe we'll just have to wait on that. Police coverage also a little bit light up here again. It would be a shame if somebody got robbed. So hopefully we can find a way to fund that very soon. Very, very soon, if you know what I mean. But continuing on through our info views, healthcare, we are great. We have 0 sick citizens thanks to our medical center, which is cascading great coverage all over the city, but we've still got hospitals here or there. Education-wise, again, good availability, a little bit dry over here, but because of the collider, we've got a ton of ability to support. I don't really need this university next to the collider next to that university, do I? That's a little bit overkill. So maybe we can get one of the uniques in here into the downtown. Let's destroy that. Let's make sure that is not zoned, and we will find a unique to fit in there. Let's see. Maybe we move Colossal Order over. Maybe we move this over. Does that fit there? Of course not. Alright, so we'll figure something out. We'll leave a little gap there. We will drop one of the uniques in there. This was just kind of a quick episode to show you what's developed since the last time you saw the city. I'll get back into a full Let's Play tomorrow, but I did want to come in and just kind of record that event of unlocking the last factory, unlocking that achievement, and then bulldozing a bunch of them so that we can really rethink kind of where all this stuff goes. I think it's time to kind of bite off district by district and refine and just double check, you know, do we like everything in here? Do we want to change some stuff around, rezone some stuff, move some streets and move some people out, move them back in? We've got a little bit of residential and commercial, a little bit more on the industrial side. So, you know, we can use that as that builds up to take out some of those zones and hopefully have people move back in pretty quick. But the city has come a long way. I do, somebody mentioned in the comments that they say it's way too dense. But in actuality, I've kind of been building this off of an actual city that I had in mind, not too far from where I'm at. But this feels very realistic to me. It may not feel realistic, depending on where you're at in the world, but yeah, this is a really dense slice of life that is also surrounded by woods. And there's nothing wrong with both. Like, we can really kind of pack it in. I wanted to keep everything this side of the highway. I wanted to do kind of a dense downtown area here at first, but now I'm thinking maybe we scrap this and just kind of have a little central area around here. Maybe we could move some of our population up to the other side, and I could do some cloverleafs or some alternating T intersections that bring traffic up here. But this is very hilly, so if anything, this would just be more low density residential, if anything. And I'd want to kind of keep things below this ridge line, so that kind of makes sense. But again, I kind of like it just being this this city by the water. I apologize for whipping the camera around a lot this episode, which I realize I'm doing. So let's take some quick cinematic looks of the city at day. I will do some micromanagement and bulldoze a bunch of stuff. Nothing too major, but I want to start building up some of these areas, and that will be part of the Let's Play. But I think the next episode, after I bulldoze some stuff, it would be a fun break to take a look at the city at night. So we'll check that out on the next episode. But now we can really kind of start to hit the reset switch and build some of this stuff back up. I've really been cramming things in since the last episode, and I want to kind of back things down a bit, rethink kind of how we're building some of this town out, and yeah, try and do it right. Not that we were doing it wrong before, but I was more focused on expansion than I was on actual design, and I would like to kind of redo some of those things, fix some of this area over here. Maybe, you know, it's nice to bury the highway, but it's also nice to see it, and I think it would be good to do some bridges and bring that back. I did break this bridge over here a while back, and then I built a bike path, an elevated bike path, and it's amazing how many people will take that bike path. This is a pedestrian path on the other side, and there's only one guy with a cane that keeps walking back and forth, it seems. So we'll keep an eye out for him. He might make an appearance, but they are definitely enjoying the bike lanes, and we haven't really done anything to encourage biking through the city, so maybe we could look at some main avenues and really see kind of where people are flowing to and from. They're picking up a dead body at the park. I smell foul play. Yeah, there it is. Let's go down. What's going on down here? Wait, I know who should. Yeah, this guy will check it out. Don't worry. He'll give us the 411. Peer in there, buddy. Who is it? What is it? I'm sure he had nothing to do with it. So, with that out of the way, quick episode for today, just to kind of a recap to let you know kind of where things are at. But we'll get started on the next one with a cinematic look. Our first kind of real view of Woodgarden at night, and then we'll start to rebuild it and continue to tune and tweak. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I'm going to bulldoze a bunch of stuff, and we'll see you on the next one with a look at Woodgarden at night. And then we'll start to rebuild some of those factory areas. We'll rebalance some of our industry areas so that where we have factories, we have warehouse storage. For example, over here, I had put plastics, glass, animal products, and metals, and that's what we needed for the car factory, which I had put right next door. But we will, yeah, these are all warehouses, and you can choose what to put in them. I did one of each type. This one is massive. I would assume it holds more than this one, but you never know. You never know with this game. But hopefully you enjoyed this quick little recap and look at where Woodgarden is at. Stay tuned for more updates in the series. Tomorrow we'll take a look again at night, what the city looks like, and that's always a fun way to experience it. And we haven't seen it that way yet. So I'll go bulldoze some stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. If you did enjoy this one, likes, comments, shares, all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. And until the next one, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.